Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. In today's Shabad Kirtan Vichar, we are blessed to sing and understand the meanings of the Shabad gifted to us by our fifth Guru, Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. You will find the Shabad on page 625 in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. This Shabad has two stanzas with one Rahau. If you can remember in my previous recording, the Rahau stanza gives the central idea of the Shabad, gives the gist of what the whole Shabad is about, and ties up all the other lines within the Shabad to give a central idea of the whole Shabad. Yeah, so let's take a look at the Rahau stanza. Har ke naam ki vadiyai, Aath Peher gun gayi, Gur Pure te Payee. So just be a bit concerned about the pausing. Har ke naam ki vadiyai, Aath Peher gun gayi, Gur Pure te Payee. So whenever we see the word Naam, remember Naam means divine virtues, means godly virtues, means divine wisdom. So Guruji is telling us to remember the Creator's virtues, which are also within us. If there is any greatness, then the greatness is in the virtues. So how must we remember his virtues? Guruji says, Aath Peher gun gayi. So if we take the literal meaning, then it's going to be pretty difficult to do anything in life, except you'll need to make yourself completely useless, sit somewhere quiet and start singing his praises 24 hours a day. And I can tell you this, Satsangat, no one can do this, right? And neither does this Shabad mean that. Our Guruji is not asking us to do this too. I'm not saying singing or doing kirtan is wrong or is bad. I'm just saying that it is not the concept, and this concept has been misconstrued by many, right? Even if you look at the translations out there, Professor Sahib Singh translates this as Athe Peher Paramatma de Geet Ate Salah de Geet Gaune, right? The first translation itself from Professor Sahib Singh, if you look at Sri Guru Granth Darpan, which is the Tika that is done by Professor Sahib Singh, even he's talking about the literal meaning of singing, right? And if you look at another translator, Sant Singh Khalsa MD, and he says that 24 hours a day, I sing his glorious praises. Now, Sant Singh Khalsa MD has also got it wrong. He is famous for his Gurbani English translation, which you can find on the internet, in apps, in softwares. But we also probably heard this from several other Sikh groups proclaiming that they know Sikhi and they are well versed. They say that one must make it a point to sing his praises, literally sing, right, for 24 hours a day, right, which they themselves can't do. So if they also say we aren't able to do that, then we are less fortunate, right? And they translate the concept literally, and they make others around them feel guilty for not being able to sing. And so how do we understand this verse beyond its literal meaning, Satsangat? How does one remember God 24 hours a day? What is this concept that Guruji has brought forth in this Shabad? So Guruji says that the answer lies within us, right? And also within the preceding lines, Gur Pure Te Payee, meaning the understanding, the wisdom, the knowledge of how one is to remember God for 24 hours a day is obtained only from the wisdom of a perfect Guru, right? Or Shabad Guru. So in the following verses, Guruji explains Jit Par Brahm Chit Aya, So Kar Dayi Vasaya. So Guruji says that the true way of remembrance of God is when he resides in our conscious mind, Chit Aya. Let me share with you an example of what this concept of Chit Aya means. Now, let's say, for example, a Jeet Kaur is working mom. She works in the office 9 to 5, and she has a 3-year-old baby who she leaves at home with a maid. Now, despite Ajit Kaur being away physically from her child, away from the baby, she is in the remembrance and constantly thinking of the child, right, while she's doing her work. So, this simply means that the child is consciously, right, in her memory, in her thought. So, this is what Sokar Daivasaya, meaning realize the compassionate creator within, right? Dai comes from the word Dayal, meaning compassionate or kind hearted. And who is compassionate? Guru Sahib is trying to refer to Almighty. Why, Guruji? This is a virtue which we need to consciously be aware of and bring to realization within us. So now we can understand this concept better. If one is to remember God in this way, it makes more sense. Now, I must give you all a note. Whenever you see the word Dai in Gurbani, right? The word the da and ya, right? Sometimes it is with Siari or sometimes with Biari. It doesn't matter, but the pronunciation of the word is going to be Dai, right? As Dai, right? And so of course it's good to make take some time out, in a day and recite Nithanem, Gurbani, right? But this does not mean to literally force ourselves to sit down 24 hours a day and do nothing and then just sing his praises. This is not the way of Sikhi, is not the way of Gurmat, and of course not the way of what the Guru is trying to say in this Shabad. Yeah. So then how can we achieve this? Right, by first knowing the wisdom of the Creator, right, via Naam, divine virtues, and then living according to those virtues, that knowledge, day in, day out. This is what Aath, Peher, Gayee actually means, right? We need to look beyond the literal meaning, Satsangat. In the next stanza, Guruji says, Sukh Sagar Gur Paya, Ta Sahasa Sagal Mitaya. So, what happens when one is able to remember God at all times? Guruji says that that person receives two things. One, he is able to attain true bliss and happiness, Sukha Sagar Gurupaya. And next, he will be able to eradicate worrisome, fear, doubt completely from within. Right? So next Guruji says, Prabhu ki akat kahani, Jan bole amrit bani. So to describe God is beyond words truly, akat. No story or kahani can truly depict God's wisdom and virtues in his entirety. But those who are consciously imbued in the remembrance of Vaheguru, Chit, they are the ones, right, who are able to speak. And whenever they speak, is they speak of the truth, right? Amrita Bani. In the last stanza, Guruji says, Nanak Das Vakhani, Gur Pure Te Jani. O Nanak, the truthful devotees speak and describe. What do they describe about? They only speak of whatever they have learned and experienced for themselves with knowledge derived from the blessings of the perfect Guru. Guru Pure Te Jani. So, Sar Sangatji, in conclusion, the message that we need to take from this Shabbat is clear. We need to live our lives in such a way that we are able to consciously remember the Creator through His virtues, through His wisdom and knowledge, not literally sitting down somewhere and trying to find a way on how to sing 24 hours a day. This is not possible, not logical. And of course, this is not what the Shabbat is trying to tell us or what Guruji is trying to tell us, right? We must understand that Guru Nanak's religion is about responsibilities. We must do whatever necessary to fulfill our responsibilities in this world while in constant remembrance of the Creator through his virtues. So may we sing in the glory of Almighty by first realizing his virtues as the highest greatness, Vedeayii. Guruji wants us to become like the Das, the true devotees, right? Who are the true devotees? Ones who are able to cleanse the filth of their minds and get rid of evil thoughts and desires so that the divine himself who is residing within us we are able to realize him within our being, right? Kar Dai Vasaya. Okay, so which means that the compassionate Lord, compassionate God, Almighty, you call whatever name that you want to call, right? He's basically virtues within us. When we begin to feel compassionate, that's a virtue. When we are kind-hearted, that's a virtue. And these virtues need to be inculcated within our lives day in, day out. We have to remember them, we have to realize them, we have to live them. And that is the form of living that this Shabbat is trying to give us an idea. Guru Sahib is saying God is in the form of divine virtues. To incorporate his virtues is to truly remember him. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.